Yes, welcome to my sixth session on the chapter of arithmetic progression. We continue forward with the first sum, that is, the sum of first three terms in an arithmetic progression is 24, and the sum of their squares is 224. Find the first three terms of the given arithmetic progression. I repeat my question. The sum of the first three terms in an AP is 24 and the sum of their squares is 224. Find the first three terms of the arithmetic progression. As I have already told you, whenever you are given that three numbers are in AP and their sum is given, it is always better to assume the three numbers to be A minus D, A and A plus D, rather than considering the three terms as A plus D and A plus 2D. It's always better to compare the three numbers to be A minus D, A and A plus D. Now let me use the first condition. The sum of the first three terms is 24. So that means A minus D when added to A and added to this third term gives you 24. What happens? Minus D and plus D cancels. So you get 1A plus 1A plus 1A is 3A is equal to 24. Now once you know that 3A is equal to 24, what will be the value of A? A will be 24 upon 3. So you get A is equal to 8. Now the moment you know what is the value of A, let me go to the second condition. The second condition says that the sum of their squares is 224. The sum of their square, that means A minus D the whole square plus A square plus A plus D the whole square is equal to 224. Let me expand. A minus D the whole square is equal to A square minus 2AD plus D square plus A square. A plus D the whole square is equal to A square plus 2AD plus D square, which is equal to 224. So what happens? Plus 2AD minus 2AD cancels. So what will I get? 1A squared plus 1A squared plus 1A squared, that is 3A squared, 1D squared plus 1D squared, that is 2D squared, is equal to 224. Now I know the value of D. What is the value of, I know the value of A. The value of A is 8. So you get 3 into 8 squared plus 2D squared is equal to 224. So 8 squared is 64 plus 2D squared is equal to 224. Now what is 64 into 3? 3 4s are 12, 3 6 are 18 and 1 19. So 64 into 3 is 192. So I get now 192 plus 2D square is equal to 224. So you get 2D square is 224 minus 192. So what is 2D square? 224 minus 192. 4 minus 2, 2. So you get 2d square is equal to 32. So d square is 32 upon 2. 2 1s are 2 16s are. So d square is equal to 16. Once you know that d square is 16, what will be the value of d? D will be plus or minus square root of 16. Now the square root of 16 can be plus 4 and also minus 4. Remember, common difference can be positive as well as negative. So now I know the value of A, I also know the value of D. I asked you to find the first three terms of the AP. I had assumed the three terms to be A minus D, A and A plus D. So if A was considered as 8 and D is considered as plus 4, then your first term is A minus D, which is 8 minus 4, which is 4. Your second term is A, which you know is 8. And your third term is A plus D, that is 8 plus 4, which you know is 12. There is another possibility. If I assume A as D and if I assume A as 8 and D as minus 4, if I assume A as 8 and D as minus 4, then your first term now is A minus D, 8 minus of minus 4, that is 8 plus 4, which is 12. Your first term is 12. Your second term is 8 and your third term is A plus D, that is 8 plus of minus 4, that is 8 minus 4, which is 4. So let me conclude. What is my answer? I asked you write the first three terms of the AP. So our last statement will be therefore the three terms of the AP. Therefore the three terms of the AP are, in the first case, 4, 8 and 12, or it could be 12, 8 and 4. So the three terms in the arithmetic progression could be 4, 8 and 12, or it can be 12, 8 and 4. Let me just add the three terms. 4 plus 8 is 12, 12 plus 12 is 24. And the sum of their squares, 4 square plus 8 square plus 12 square, is definitely going to be 224. So I have two answers. In this case, 4 is your first term and common difference is plus 4. Here 12 is your first term and common difference is minus 4. Okay, so we go to the next type of sum, and that is formulas dealing with calculating the sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression. The second sum. The second sum. The first term of an arithmetic progression. The first term of an arithmetic progression is 5. The last term The last term is 45 and the sum is and the sum is 400. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Let me just read the question. The first term of an arithmetic progression is 5. The last term is 45 and the sum is 400. You are asked to find the number of terms and the common difference. Let me write first what is given to you in the question. What is given? The first term is 5. The last term L, or which can be also represented by AN, is 45 and the sum of the series is 400. What I am asking you to find out the number of terms and the common difference. What am I asking you to find out? The number of terms and the common difference. Now let me first use the formula. We know that Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket a plus n. There are two formulas to calculate the sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression. One is Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket a plus l. The other one is Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now, I know the sum of the series is 400. N is the unknown term. The first term is 5. The last term is 45. So I get 400 is equal to n upon 2. 45 plus 5 is 50. So you get 400 is equal to 50 into n is 50n upon 2. So let me cross multiply. So this term into this term, that is 50n is equal to 400 into 2. So what is n? 400 into 2 upon 50. So 0, 0, 5 ones are 5 eights are. So n is equal to 16. Now I know that there are 16 terms in the arithmetic progression. I know now that n is 16. I know the first term is 5. I know the last term or the nth term is 45. Let me find out the common difference using the formula A plus of n minus 1 into d is equal to an. Which formula am I making use of? We know that a plus of n minus 1 into d is equal to an. What is the 5? N I have just found out is 16. So it is 16 minus 1 into d is equal to an. So what will I get in my next step? 5. 16 minus 1 is 15d is equal to 45. So what is 15d? 45 minus 5. So you get 15d is equal to 40. So d is 40 upon 15. 5 threes are 5 eights are. I have found out the value of n. I asked you to find the number of terms. Number of terms is 16. I also asked you to find the common difference. What was the common difference of the arithmetic progression? It was 8 upon 3. So the common difference in this particular sum was a fraction. Once again I made use of two formulas. One is Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket a plus n, and a plus of n minus 1 into d is equal to an. We go to the next sum, the third one. The third sum. The first and the last term. What's given? The first and the last term. The first and the last term of an arithmetic progression. The first and the last term of an arithmetic progression are 17 and 350 respectively. What is given to you? The first and the last term of an arithmetic progression are 17 and 350 respectively. If the common difference is 9, if the common difference is 9, how many terms are there? How many terms are there? And what is their sum? Let me read the question properly. What is given to you? The first and the last term of an arithmetic progression are 17 and 350. The common difference is 9. How many terms are there in the arithmetic progression and what is their sum? First, let me write what is given to you in my question. The first term is 17. The last term, that is the nth term, is 350. Common difference is 9. How many terms are there in the arithmetic progression and what is the sum? I am asking you once again two questions. How many terms are there in the given arithmetic progression and to find the sum of that arithmetic series. Let me start with the first part of the sum. I know that a plus of n minus 1 into d is equal to an. So a is 17. N minus 1 into d is equal to an. So you get 17, 9 into n, 9n, minus 1 into 9 is minus 9 is equal to 350. So what is 17 minus 9? Or you could put this to the other side. Minus 9 going to the other side becomes plus 9. Plus 17 going to the other side becomes minus 17. So 350 plus 9 is 359. From this I subtract 17. So I get 342. So what is 9n equal to? 342. So what is n? 342 upon 9. 9 ones are 9 threes are 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, carry over 7. So this becomes 72. 9 eights are 72. So what is the value of n? So n is therefore going to be equal to 38. I have done the first part of the sum. Now I want you to calculate the sum of the series. I want you to calculate sum of the series. Now you know A is 17, D is 9, N is 38. So I asked you to find out the sum of the series. Now you know the series is having 38 terms. Let me use the formula Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We just substitute now. What is S38? S38 is equal to 38 upon 2 into bracket 2a plus 38 minus 1 into d. So you get 2 ones are 2 19s are, that is 34 plus 37 into 9. So you get 90, 34, 9 7s are 63, 9 3s are 27, 9 3s are 27 plus 6, that is 33. So what will I get in the next step? 19, 34 plus this becomes 367. So what's going to be your answer? 19 into 367, that is 6973. What will be your answer? 6973. What were you asked in this sum? To find the number of terms, which is 38, and the sum of the series, which you know is 6973. Let's go to the next sum, question number 4. Question number 4. Find the sum. My next question is, find the sum of the first 22 terms find the sum of the first 22 terms of an arithmetic progression in which d is equal to 7, that is common difference is 7, and the 22nd term is 149. What is given to me? Find the sum of the first 22 terms of an AP in which the common difference is 7 and the 22nd term is 149. Let me write first what is given. What is D? Common difference is 7. You know that n is 22. I also know that the 22nd term is 149. I am asking you to find out the sum of the first 22 terms, that is S22. But before I find out what is S22, I should first find out what is your first term. Once again, I have to apply two formulas. First, I have to use the formula. We know that A plus of n minus 1 into D is equal to an. I should first find out A. Then I shall go to the second part of the sum. So you know that A is 22 minus 1 into D, which you know is 149. So you get A plus 22 minus 1, 21 into 7 is 149. So you get is equal to 149. So A is equal to 149 minus 147. So you get the value of A as 2. Now once you know that the value of A is 2, now let me find out what is S22. What are you asked to find out? S22. Let me use the formula. We know that Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. I can use this formula. I can also use Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket a plus l. I can do the sum by both the formulas. Let me use first S22. What is S22? 22 upon 2 into bracket 2a. What is a? Just now I found out 2 plus n. 22 minus 1 into d. So you get 2 ones are 2 11s are 2 twos are 4. 22 minus 1. So you get 11 plus 4. 7 ones are 7. 7 twos are 14. So you get 11 plus 151. Now what is 11 into 151? 1661. I could use this formula. I could also use this formula. Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket a plus l. I asked you for S22. S22 is 22 upon 2. What is your first term? 2. What is your last term? Your last term is 149. So 2 ones are 2 11s are 11 into 151, which is 1661. The second part of the sum, I have done it using both the formulas. I could either use this formula, I can also use this formula. I could use this formula because I know the first term, last term and the number of terms. It would have been more easier if I had used this formula. Okay, we go to the next sum. Find the sum. My next question, question number 5. Find the sum of the first 51 terms. Find the sum of the first 51 terms of an arithmetic progression whose second and third term are 14 and 18 respectively. Just read the question carefully. Let's read the question carefully. What is given? Find the sum of the first 51 terms of an arithmetic progression whose second and third term are 14 and 13 respectively. What is given to you? The second term is 14. Solution set. I know that the second term is 14 and the third term is 18. Once you know second term is 14, third term is 18, I can very well tell you what is common difference. Common difference is A3 minus A2. So what is the common difference? 18 minus 14, which is 4. I have first found out the common difference. Now you know that the second term is 4. Second term is nothing but the value of A plus D is 4. When I say second term is 4, that means A plus 2 minus 1 into D is 4. 2 minus 1 is 1D. So D is, you know, is the second term is 14. The second term is 14 and A plus D, what is D? 4 is equal to 14. So what is A then? 14 minus 4. What is 14 minus 4? 10. I first found out the value of D. After finding out the value of D, I have found out the value of A. What did I ask you to find out? The sum of the first 51 terms of the AP. So now I know that the first term of the arithmetic progression is 10. I know that the common difference is 4. I asked you to find out the sum of the first 51 terms. So what is S51 equal to? Let me use the formula. Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is S51? S51 is 51 upon 2 into bracket 2a. What is a? 10 plus 51 minus 1 into d. So what will I get in the next step? So S51 is 51 upon 2. 2 tens are 20 and 51 minus 1 is 50 into 4. So you get 51 upon 2, 20, 54 the 200. So you get 51 upon 2 into 220. 2 1 the 210. So what's my answer? 110 into 51, which is 5610. When you multiply 110 into 51, you will get 5610. Here I have not given you directly the first term, but I gave you the second term and third term. Once you know the second term and third term, first I found out common difference. Common difference is the difference between any two consecutive terms, a2 minus a1 or a3 minus a2 or a4 minus a3. That is the common difference. Once you know common difference, since the second term is 14, that means the value of a plus d is 14. D you know is 4, so I got the value of a. You know what is a, you know what is d, you know what is n. It was very easy for me to find out S51. So what was S51? 5610. Let's go to the next sum. In my next sum, if the sum, my next sum is, if the sum of the first 7 terms, if the sum of the first 7 terms of an AP is 49, if the sum of the first 7 terms of an AP is 49 and that of the first 17 terms is 289, then find the sum of the first n terms. Then find the sum of the first n terms. Very simple question once again. I have given you the sum of the first 7 terms of the AP, which you know is 49. I have also given you the sum of the first 17 terms of the AP. The sum of the first 17 terms of the AP is 289. I asked you to find the sum of the first n terms. Let me start with the first step. I know that S7 is 49. I am using the formula. What is Sn equal to? You know that Sn is equal to n upon 2. I am using the formula. Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is S7? 7 upon 2 into bracket 2a plus 7 minus 1 into d. Right? So what is S7? Let me write. S7 is 7 upon 2 into bracket 2a plus 7 minus 1 into D. So I get 7 upon 2 into bracket 2A. What is 7 minus 1? 6D is equal to 49. In my next step, 7 upon 2, let me remove common factor here. There is a common factor here. 2 into A is 2A. 2 into 3D is 6D is equal to 49. So this 2 ones are cancels. So now I get 7 into A plus 3D is 49. So then what is A plus 3D? A plus 3D is 49. That 7 which was in the numerator going to the other side goes to the denominator. So 7 1 the 7 7. So you get A plus 3D is equal to 7. This was equation number 1. I come to the second condition. What is the second? The sum of the first 17 terms is 289. Now what is S17? S17 is 17 upon 2 into bracket 2A plus 17 minus 1 into D. What is S17? 17 upon 2. So S17 is 17 upon 2 into bracket 2A plus 17 minus 1 into D. So this you know is equal to 289. Once again, let me simplify. So you get 17 upon 2 into 2A plus 16D is equal to 289. Next step, 17 upon 2, common factor here, 2 into bracket A plus 8D. 2 into A, 2A, 2 8s are 16 is equal to 289. Cancel 2 and 2. So you get A plus 8D is 289. That 17 going that side goes to the denominator. 17 1 the 17 into 17 is 289. So you get A plus 8D is equal to 17. I have got two equations. The first equation is A plus 3D is 7. Second equation is A plus 8D is equal to 17. So now let me solve these two simultaneous linear equations to get the value of A and D. Equation number 1 is A plus 3D is 7. Equation number 2 is A plus 8D is equal to 17. So you get, I have to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. So when you subtract, plus A and minus A cancels. Minus 8 and plus 3 makes it minus 5D is equal to minus 10. So what is D? Minus 10 upon minus 5. So D is 2. I know the value of D. Let me find out the value of A. By substituting in equation 1, I know that A plus 3D is 7. So A plus 3 into 2 is equal to 7. So you get A is equal to 7 minus 6. So you get the value of A as 1. Now I know the value of A, I also know the value of D. I am asking you to find the sum of the first n terms. I am asking you to find out the sum of the first n term. So let me use the same formula once again to find the sum of the first n term. So what is Sn? Now here you know A is 1. You know that the common difference is 2. And I am asking you to find out what is Sn. So Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So Sn is equal to n upon 2, remove the bracket, 2n minus 1 into 2 minus 2. Minus 2 and plus 2 cancel. So you get Sn is equal to n upon 2 into bracket 2n. So Sn is equal to n square. What is Sn equal to? N square. Remember, this was the formula to find the sum of the first n odd natural numbers. What is A? 1. What is D? 2. That means if your first term is 1, your second term will be 1 plus 2, 3. Next term will be 5. Next term will be 7. Next term will be 9 and so on. So we conclude that Sn is equal to n square. We have already learned the formula to find the sum of the first n odd natural numbers is Sn is equal to n square. I want to add the first 5 odd numbers. 9 plus 7, 16 plus 5, 21 plus 3, 24 and 1, 25. What is S5? 5 square. What is 5 square? 25. Okay, let me take one last sum for today. And in my next session, I will be doing MCQ questions and questions that have been asked in the annual examination, that is SSLC board examination. Okay, let me take a last question for today. Yes, the sum, if the sum of the first n terms, if the sum of the first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, what is the first term? What am I asking you? What is the first term? What is the sum of the first two terms? What is the sum of the first two terms? What is the second term? What is the second term? And similarly, find the third, 10th and the nth term. Let me read the question. If the sum of the first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, what is the first term? What is the sum of the first two terms? What is the second term? And similarly find the third term, 10th term and the nth term. Let's see what is given to me in the question. Solution set. The sum of the first n terms is given by 4n minus n square. So I know that Sn is equal to 4n minus n square. I hope you know what is Sn. If I say what is S3, S3 is A1 plus A2 plus A3. If I ask you what is S2, it is A1 plus A2. If I ask you what is S1, S1 is nothing but A1. which is the first term. What is S1? A1, which is the first term. What am I asking you? What is the first term? Your first term is S1 only. 4 into 1 minus 1 square. 4 1 are 4, 1 the whole square is 1. So S1, your first term, and S1 is one and the same. S1 and A1 is one and the same. So I know what is the first term. I found out what is the first term. What is the first term? 3. S1 and A1 is one and the same. Now I ask you, what is the sum of the first two terms? Once again, let me use the same formula. Sn is equal to 4n minus n square. What is S2? 4 into 2 minus 2 square. Instead of n, I just write 2. So 4 2s are 8 and 2 square is 4. So what is S2? What is S2? 4. I asked you what is the sum of the first two terms. This also I have found out. What is the sum of the first two terms? The sum of the first two terms is 4. Now what am I asking you? What is the second term I am asking you? Now what is that second term? We know that A1 plus A2 is equal to S2. What is the meaning of S2? First term plus second term. What is S3? First term plus second term plus third term. So you know the first term is 3. And you know that the value of S2 is 4. So that indicates that your second term is 1. What is your second term? The value of the second term is 1. Is that clear? What is second term? A1 plus A2 is equal to S2. So A2 is 4 minus 3. I have got the second term. I have found out what is the second term. Now I am asking you, similarly find out the third term. Similarly find out the third term. To find out third term, I can also take the help of common difference. What is common difference? A2 minus A1. What is the common difference? A2 minus A1. What is A2? 1. What is A2? 1. What is A1? 3. 1 minus 3. What is 1 minus 3? Minus 2. What is A2? A2 is 1. A1 is 3. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. I have got the common difference. Once you know the common difference, very easy for me to find out the third term. What is the third term? What is the third term? A2 plus B. What is the third term? Or you can use the formula An is equal to A plus of n minus 1 into D. I can use this formula An is equal to A plus of n minus 1 into D. So what is your third term? A, what is A? First term, 3 plus of 3 minus 1 into D. So you get 3. What is 3 minus 4? What is 3 minus 4? Minus 1. I have got your third term. What is the value of the third term? Your third term is minus 1. I also asked you for the 10th term. Use that same formula. An is equal to A plus of n minus 1 into D. What is A10? A, this is A, first term, 3 plus of 10 minus 1 into D. What is D? Minus 2. So you get 3 plus 9 into minus 2. Plus into minus, minus 9 to the 18. So what is your 10th term? Your 10th term is minus 15. I also asked you for the nth term. En is equal to a plus of n minus 1 into d. So what is a? A is 3 again. N minus 1. Common difference is minus 2. So you get 3 n into 2 2n minus 1 into 2 minus 2. Let me check. I asked you for the nth term, that is a plus of n minus 1 into d. So a is 3, n minus 1, d is minus 2. So 3, n into minus 2, n into minus 2, minus 2n, correct? N into minus 2, minus 2n, minus 1 into minus 1, minus into minus, plus 2. So what is my answer? 5 minus 12. So what is my nth term? My nth term is 5 minus 12. Here I asked you for the third term. Here I asked you for the 10th term. And here I asked you for the nth term. So keep n as n only. So 3 plus of n minus 1 into d. 3. N into minus 2 minus 12. Minus into minus plus 1 into 2 2. So you get 3 plus 2 5 minus 12. Okay, so with this let me stop for today. In my last session I will be covering up all MCQ types of questions and those questions which appeared in the SSLC board examination. So please see that you also attend my last session. Okay, thank you.